What's up friends, welcome back to my channel. So in today's Fashion Fridays video, I'm going to be doing a mukbang Q&A of some questions that you all have asked me on my different social media platforms. So without further ado, let's get into it. So today on the menu is a Whataburger salad. They forgot my grilled chicken. It was supposed to be a grilled chicken garden salad. They messed up on that, so to add a little flavor, more flavor, I added some ranch obviously, and then I added some corn, like the Cobb salad from Chick-fil-A, which is to die for, but I just really didn't want like all that stuff. And then for dessert, we have some fruit, some mixed fruit. I don't know. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm probably gonna go get French fries after this, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So a few weeks ago, I put out one poll on my Instagram story, asking what questions that did people have over fashion and whatnot. Only a few people responded to that one, which is totally fine, I understand. But today I put out another one, and again, only a few people answered, but that's totally fine. I'm not upset about it. I understand that it can get busy, life can get busy. Nevertheless, one of the most commonly asked questions is, how do you do fashion? And that is, I can't be answered. That's just God's grace. No, I'm totally joking. So fashion is what you want it to be. Now, I know it can be really difficult and very overwhelming at times, but something that has helped me throughout the years be the fashion connoisseur, if you want to say, that I am today, is honestly inspiration. So when I'm going out or going to the stores and stuff like that, I don't just stay within my realm of fashion or anything like that, or stick to myself. I look at others. I get inspiration from other people that are around me, as well as different fashion icons that include Audrey Hepburn, Kim Kardashian, even Chris Ella Lim. She's one of the bigger ones right now for me. Or even just TV shows, like that TV show on Netflix that's The President or something. I don't remember what the show's called, but there's one character who uses blazers and shorts and loafers, which is entirely my aesthetic, and I love it the absolute most. So it's just I gain knowledge and I gain a lot of inspiration through different individuals and people around me on a daily basis. It's not oh, I was born with it, or oh, I just automatically knew. No, this has been ongoing for many years, and I think that's the best advice I could give to you is gain inspiration from around you. Go on Pinterest, go on Google. When I first started quote unquote formulating outfits, I would always go to Google, type in what I wanted to wear, the aesthetic that I wanted to do that day, and stuff like that, and then go from there and kind of pick out the outfits I liked and see what I had in my closet in order to fulfill that look that I want to. So that's my advice to you. The next question that I had was how to do on a budget. Now my advice to you, thrift. You would be surprised at what treasures you can find in a thrift store. One of the ones I've always liked and have always paid attention to has been Uptown Cheapskate. Another one's Plato's Closet. They actually do have sometimes it's a little bit worn, but they do have some stuff. Depop, which just recently came up, and thousands of other different stores that I personally shop on. You can also go to what's called Tradesy, the Real, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll put it up on the screen right here. It's Vestia or something like that, which I honestly love. Those apps and those stores and those different websites, I can guarantee you can find stuff on a budget. You can find different designers. You can find anything you literally want, you can find at those stores. That's my advice to you. Another thing too, and I don't encourage this as much, but if you need good fashion, something quickly, do fast fashion. I don't like the fact that it ruins the environment, but if you're gonna do a fast fashion brand, I would recommend Zara, Shein, H&M even, and Fashion Nova, honestly. The quality may not be the best, but I can guarantee you that those brands are gonna have the fashion that you want immediately. Therefore, hold on, let me take a bite. Therefore, that will be able to allow you to create different fashion. Even if you have a few pieces from them, it'll make your fashion in your life a lot easier. But I honestly would recommend to thrift. That's the biggest one that I'm saying right now. Thrift. Because you can find really good stuff at different thrift stores. Now, in today's poll, one of the questions I got asked was to show my different outfits and different accessories and stuff like that I would use for different seasons. Now, I'm actually going to create a different video for that one, so stay tuned for that one. But we'll go on to the next question. Now, the next question was actually asked by somebody who was kind of surprised by it, but honestly, I'm so happy. And she's one of my mentors personally. And she actually asked where to buy designer without breaking the bank, which is a commonly asked question for me. Now, I actually thrift a lot of my bags. And the reason for this is because it is so good for the environment. making some of these bags actually can ruin the environment, just because again, they're using so much leather, they're using like different like plastics that can ruin the oceans. You know, it's really bad for the environment, like constantly making them. So I always advocate more to thrift your bags, or you know, buy them secondhand rather than paying full price and like pay $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for a bag that's like this tiny. That's just my opinion. But some of the apps that are like, you know, websites that I use are actually, again, that same brand, the Vestiaire or something like that. It's gonna be right here. The Real and Tradesy and Fashion File. Those 4 apps are the ones that I honestly use, honest to God use, have bought from more than once, and I literally love them so much. The most recent purchase was from Vestiaire, which is French. I think it's based out of France. I'm not entirely sure where it's based out of, but it's a fairly new thrifting app, and honestly I had a really good experience. I got a vintage Nano Speedy, which they're kind of hard to come by nowadays just because they don't make that size anymore. So I got really lucky, and I think the retail price of it, I don't remember the retail, so I will apologize, but I'm just gonna say a number here. I think it was like $2,000. I got it for like a fraction of the price. I got it for $500, and that was including shipping, taxes, everything that you can possibly think of was included in there. So I would recommend those apps. Same thing with Tradesy. I got a wallet, a Louis Vuitton wallet, and they're all verified, by the way. Actual experts verifying these bags that they are real. So just to let you know on the side note. But I got a Louis Vuitton like mini little wallet that was like this big. It was like a card holder type of thing. I got it for $76. It was such a good buy. It was a literal steal. So you can always do that. Also on the Real, I always recommend there to shop for clothes, just because they have product. I found like Prada suits for like $100 for men. Also like in the women's wear, there's some stuff that's like from Balenciaga, from Prada, from Louis Vuitton that are really discounted up to 90%. So I would recommend like those apps would be the best for designer, just because again, it's good quality, and on top of that, you're not breaking the bank. The next question was actually asked on my Snapchat, which you guys should go follow. And they asked, and I quote, "Making the move from someone who dresses like someone who's stunting all at once, little by little, I feel like no one would recognize me if I just went high fashion overnight." So what I recommended to this person, and again, it was an anonymous like questionnaire, so it's totally fine. I don't know who asked that, but my recommendation to you would be to do little by little. The reason why I wouldn't recommend to start all at once and like overnight be high fashion is because you can get overwhelmed. That's something that I struggled with when I first started getting like trying to be really fashionable, was that I would like force myself to, you know, dress like this, like have these outfits planned out like on a daily, and it was just like a constant overwhelming. I just felt so overwhelmed that when I got to college, especially when I got to college, I was just like, I don't feel like trying anymore. Which it probably was like the worst thing that probably happened to me, because I ended up going to depression, and it was really hard for me to get out of that. And then I started dressing up again, and it was like all good, all fun, all fresh, but that's nevertheless. So I would recommend little by little. And on top of that too, if you do want to do like a high fashion brand, or like, you know, start off little by little, get a belt, get a high fashion belt, go to those apps that I said earlier for the designer stuff, and get a high fashion belt from there. And then from there, pair it with like a monochromatic look, just so that one belt can stand out. Slowly but surely post outfits in that belt, and on top of that, add different high fashion looks to it. That's what I did, and honestly, it's been so much easier. If you go look on my Instagram, you'll see from like going from like everyday looks to more of like the high fashion looks with like the belts, accessories, expensive bags, etc. That's my recommendation to you, and that's probably going to be the easiest thing to do, and you won't get overwhelmed. Also, don't forget to take inspiration and go to Pinterest, go to Google, try to get inspiration from others. Don't have like that mentality that like, oh, I have to be original. Like, yes, you can be original. You can take inspiration from others, from there make it your own, and you don't necessarily have to like come up with it on your own. So that's my recommendation to you. The next question was from a coworker, and she said, and I quote, "Why do you look like that? I know, I am a refrigerator. But we shall not discuss that at the moment." Next question. Somebody from my Snapchat said, do a country ranch look. Now, I've done a country ranch look before. I look like Brokeback Mountain. We shall never go back. The next question after that was how to layer jewelry. Now, when it comes to jewelry, you always want to figure out what metal looks best. And I'm going to make a video over that, like with what skin tone, like gold goes with, what silver goes with, etc., like what undertones you should pay attention to. But To layer jewelry, you always want to start off with like a tighter, like thicker necklace, I always say, and do more of like a Cuban chain almost, if of sorts, and then of course like layer the thinner ones down. I always like to have, like when I do layer them, a little pendant or something like this, like as the longest one, and then of course like little chokers going up. So just remember to start small and then work your way down. You never want to overdo it, so I always recommend 3 chains just to have like that balance of it all. And a question that I got a couple of months ago actually was, how do you know when an outfit is ready, like me personally? So for me, it takes me about 30 minutes to an hour to actually figure out what outfit I'm going to use. And of course, before that, I'm like formulating in my like head and seeing like what's going to go look best and what like I have, so I can be something different, something unique. Even if it's just like a slight change, like I still like to think about it. From there, when I know like the outfit is complete and I'm most confident is when I actually put on my jewelry. And literally your jewelry, again, can take a simple look or like just a look in general, looking from like really flat all the way to looking amazing. So always remember that. But if you all have any other questions, please DM me. Please hit me up down in the comments below. You know, there's so many ways that you can reach out to me and I will answer you, I promise, and I can be your best friends if you want me to. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much all for watching, and we'll see you in Monday's video. I think you guys will like that one, but we'll see. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you know when I upload brand new videos. Thank you again so much, and I want to say thank you for 50 subscribers. It doesn't seem like a lot, but to me it means the entire world, because each and every one of you is a friend. So that's why you guys are my friends. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.